Hello everyone, this is Veronica, Buzzing with V. Welcome to another video. Today's video is a craft with me, and today we're making 2 ATCs, and I walk you through on how I do that. And this is also a VR for Diane, Crafting with Fury. Hello Diane. She's currently having a giveaway and she's wanting 2 ATCs. One ATC she will keep, and the other ATC she will forward on to someone else, and you will gain a new friend. I think that's awesome. And so here you see me using a Kalia art alcohol marker to line the chipboard, and I do this in case the cardstock is slightly smaller. You won't see the brown of the chipboard. And so an ATC is usually 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. And they're very small, and you have to make them flat as possible. Sort of like a pocket letter. You know, you don't add any bulk to it because it won't fit in the pocket. And so I'm using the Hey Pumpkin collection. I use the stickers as well as the ephemera and some of the paper pad. And so this is my favorite collection for Halloween so far. And I'm just here trying to figure things out, where to put things. The star pattern paper is from the Hey Pumpkin paper pad, and I do use scrap pieces in this ATC. The ATCs are so small that I decided to use scrap pieces. I added them in a row and sewed them together onto the black cardstock, creating a pattern paper. And so the banners from the ephemera and the ghost and the tombstone are the stickers from the collection. And I do add that orange star pattern paper to the bottom, I believe. If not, it's going to be on the second ATC. And so I'm using the stars that I punched out using Paper Studios punch from Hobby Lobby, and I used some glittered cardstock for that. And this spider is a die cut from the Recollections die by Michaels. I'm just adding some thread here, trying to create some sort of web, sort of speak, but it didn't work out. It just ended up being a glob after using Mod Podge. So I do show you how to make an ATC with Mod Podge and also an ATC with hot glue and Elmer's glue. And I prefer the hot glue because it's so much faster. However, the Mod Podge does, once it's dry, it does dry flatter. However, it's so much more messier. I don't like working with it. It gets everywhere. It gets all over your hands, all over the place. And the Beware banner is part of the ephemera, and I just glued it on. And I'm going to use some Mod Podge for that, using this brush from Michaels I picked up a few years ago. It's old, so I don't mind using it with glue. Adding a star behind the banner, peeking through, giving a hint of the night sky. The tombstone and the ghost are stickers, but I do use Mod Podge for them because I need them to stay. And so I do add Mod Podge over everything as a sealer, so I needed those stickers to stick. And if you don't put it on, there's possibility that it will lift and create an air bubble. You don't want that. So make sure you add Mod Podge to everything, front and back. So there's my little glob that I wanted to be a web, but ended up being a glob. And so there it is. We're gonna do the back. Oh no, we're gonna glue it to the chipboard. So again, put Mod Podge front and back of every piece that you glue. That's very important. Okay, I'm happy with it. I'm just cleaning my surface. This is just the cutting mat from DT that I use as a background for when I'm using something like Mod Podge and other mediums. And so I'm going to glue some cardstock to the back of that ATC. So I'm happy with that, and we're going to create the second ATC. This one is going to be with hot glue, and this one's, I prefer hot glue over Mod Podge. It's just less messy, and so just trying to figure out which pieces I'm going to use. I didn't like that tag. I wanted something else. And so I do like this pumpkin banner. However, I do cover it with a witch because I wanted to use the witch pot. And so I thought it went great with the witch. And so I used it, added some stars, gonna add some patterned paper to the bottom of the ATC card. And I do use Elmer's glue to glue them on. Oh, the witch isn't the ephemera, it is a sticker. And so the ephemera does come with a witch similar to that sticker, but I wanted to use the sticker because it's slightly smaller. And I did add stitching to all of the ephemera off camera. I did that because it was a lot of ephemera and I wanted to have everything ready. That way I didn't stop and have to stitch something that I liked. And I used some rustic orange thread for that. So I added that star and I liked it there, so I used hot glue for that instead of Elmer's. And then since I did lift the banner, it didn't adhere, so later you'll see me gluing that with some hot glue. I add another star at the very bottom. I add this spider as well. I wanted a cat, desperately looking for a cat, and I didn't realize I had one until later. I add this ribbon from Michaels. I love it. It's a glittered spider web ribbon on satin. I guess satin background. Sorry, it's late. So I'm just hot gluing it down. Cutting the excess. I'm happy with it. I just wish I had a cat. So I move on, I get over the cat, and I hot glue the ATC to the chipboard. I press down, making sure it adheres well and all the corners are adhered. This one's my favorite. I like it. I like how it came out. I like that it has a matte finish instead of a glossy finish. So yeah, that's why I prefer hot glue as well. You get a matte finish. And so I'm gluing some black cardstock to the back also. And I do it with hot glue. Just checking the sides, and I also color it with the alcohol marker just to cover the imperfections. There they are. I'm so happy with them. And I do create a tag for them that I got from my Silhouette Cameo. And I added some openings, little pockets to the tag, which I got that from Pinterest, that idea. And I'm loving it. It's about 8 inches by 4.5 inches. I decorated it with a pumpkin from the ephemera pack, as well as used that mesh that Cruising with Crystal gifted me. Thank you, Crystal. I cut out that spider with the using the Michael's ribbon. I used the bow from Alina Cuddle that I wanted to give away. This leaf is for Michael's, and I added it to the background, added some sequins, some stitching, and I used the Recollections Halloween paper pad and some ribbon and tied everything together. There's the ATC. Very happy with them. That's my favorite. I found the cat finally. Thank you, Crystal. It wouldn't have looked nicer without that cat. So next page is the jack-o'-lantern from DT. Added some rosettes, the ghost from DT, and added tombstones, the Recollection die cut. And I left the back tag plain so she can gift it to someone else. And so that is my video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. And please go check out Diane. She is the sweetest person that you will ever meet. Bye, you guys.